2.3 at page 18. We'll discuss the conclusions that you reached at a later stage, but for present purposes, can I ask you to go to paragraph 2 of that report, page 18, and just tell the Commission about your academic qualifications?
I am having a BA Honours degree in criminology from the University of South Africa that I obtained in 2018. I also have a BA degree in criminology from the University of the North, now University of Limpopo, in 1996. And I obtained a higher education diploma from the University of the North in 1997. I also obtained a certificate in security practice from the University of South Africa in 2013. I obtained a certificate in corporate forensic investigation from Dunedin in 2012. Those are my academic qualifications.
And how many cases have you examined? How many forensic investigations into cases have you undertaken?
Up to so far, I've examined more than 4,500 cases.
Now, in paragraph 2.3 of that report, you list a long list of courses in the in-service training of the SAPS and related policing agencies. I don't want you to go through all of them, we'll be here until after lunch, but can you just confirm that you have completed all of those courses that you list in paragraph 2.3?
That is correct, Commissioners. Those are the in-service trainings that I have received at Forensic Science Laboratory in Pretoria.
And can you confirm that you have been declared competent and proficient in forensics ballistics examination?
I confirm, Commissioners.
Thank you, Captain Mkachwa. If you can then go back to your main statement in paragraph 5. And can you briefly explain what the role of forensic analysts is to the Commission?
Forensic analysts, ballistics specifically, our duties Commissioners, is to identify ammunition, firearms, and fired cartridge cases. We also identify firearms, we examine firearm mechanisms, and we examine homemade, as I've already stated. We recover and restore alphanumeric figures on metals, on firearms or tools where the number has been, or serial number has been obliterated. We also determined the distance at which in a crime scene where the shooter was, and we also do crime scene investigation, and we also document the results. These are the roles of a ballistics analyst, Commissioners.
Thank you, Captain. And Captain, you've brought with you today the Bramley and Vereniging ballistics files.
That's correct, Commissioners.
Can you just identify which is the Bramley file? Do you have them in front of you?
This one is a Bramley file, Commissioners.
And the Vereniging file?
And this one is a Vereniging file.
Now, we've extracted certain, or not extracted, we've copied certain documents from that file, and I'm going to ask you now just to identify them from the annexures. So if we go to the annexure file, page 29, can you confirm that this is a report in the name of Warrant Officer Makgotlwe dated 14 October 2024, and that it is to be found in the Bramley forensics file.
I confirm, Commissioner.
And can you confirm that this is the report that links the bullets extracted from the body of Mr. Swart to the AK-47 seized at Vereniging?
I confirm, Commissioners.
Then if we go to page 34 and Annexure MQM5, can you confirm that this is the evidence bag, now unsealed, that is still stapled into the Bramley file with the number P4B 000208366?
I confirm, Commissioner.
Then, if we go to page 36, Annexure MQM6, can you confirm that this document is the version of the report of Warrant Officer Magotwe, dated 24 May 2024, that one currently finds in the Bramley forensics file?
I confirm, Commissioners.
Then if we go to page 44, Annexure MQM7, can you confirm that this is the review report? Well, sorry, that on page 48 we see the review report of the reviewer who reviewed Captain Magotwe's report on the 24th of June, sorry, on the 6th of June 2024 in the Bramley file.
I confirm, Commissioner.
And if we go to page 49...
Advocate Cheskasen, because as I understand, there were 3 such reports, so this review relates to the first.
It would be the first report. MQM, and if we get MQM 8 on page 49 running over to page 50, can you confirm that what we see at page 50 is the same reviewer's report, not the same report, but the report of the same reviewer of Captain Magotwe's first report, but this time it's in the Vereniging case file?
That's correct. I confirm, Commissioner.
And the date is similarly 6 June 2024.
That's correct.
You say MQM8 is the same reviewer
It is.
as MQM7.
Indeed, it's Lieutenant Colonel Monakali who did both reports. And as we'll explain later, if one looks at page 48,
Yes.
the Lieutenant Colonel didn't certify, didn't accept the report of Captain Magotwe, but didn't put her comments in on this form because she cross-referred to her comments on the Vereniging form.
Yes. Okay.
Then on page 51, MQM 9, can you confirm that this is the now unsealed evidence bag PA 600-450-9202 that is now to be found in the Bramley file?
Yes, I confirm, Commissioners.
It's an evidence bag that originated from the Vereniging investigation, but as we stand today, it's to be found in the Bramley file.
That's correct, Commissioner.
And of course, it has been opened. It's no longer sealed. Then MQM 10 on page 52, can you confirm that this is an opened evidence bag, a now opened evidence bag, number PA 5500103539, that is to be found today in the Vereniging file.
I confirm, Commissioners.
And finally, MQM 11 on page 53, can you confirm that these are Captain Makgatloe's working notes dated 9 May 2024 that are to be found in the Bramley file?
That's correct, I confirm.
Thank you, Captain. If we can go back to your statement now, you say in paragraph 6 that you received a written request on 3 June to conduct a comparative ballistic examination in the Bramley matter against certain case dockets. Now, before we get to what they any further, I must place on record, as you see on the version of the statement that's being displayed on both screens, some of these cases are have to be redacted. So we will refer to the case if Bramley would be the first case, we'll refer to the case under 6.1 as case 2. The Littleton and Pretoria West cases are cases in which have already gone to court. So we can refer to them by name. We'll refer to the case in paragraph 6.4 as case 5, and the case in paragraph 6.5 as case 6. And I'd ask you not to mention cases 2, 5, and 6. So we'll just refer to them as cases 2, 5, and 6.
Senior Counsel, can you maybe repeat that one?
So the ones that we can mention, 6.1 will be case 2. We can't mention it.
Okay.
6.2, the Littleton case, we can mention. 6.3, the Pretoria West case, which I think was another DJ Vettis, if I'm correct, we can mention. 6.4 will be case 5, we can't mention it. And 6.6 will be case 6, we also can't mention that one. To begin with, can you confirm that you received this instruction to compare the ballistics exhibits from Bramley against those 5 cases?
That's correct, Commissioner.
And when did you receive that request?
I received it on the 3rd of June, 2025.
And if we go to paragraph 9, we'll see that you record that by the time you were asked to do these case comparisons, Captain Makgatloe had already conducted the functional testing and test firing of the firearms and had produced a report in May with certain errors which were then corrected in October. And you refer to those 2 reports as annexes MQM1 and MQM2. I'd like us to look at those 2 reports, and if we can, before.
Sir, your shape is incredible. How many times per week you visit the gym?
0. I'm just doing military workouts every morning. Every man over 40 should try it.
If you want to look strong, go to the gym. But if you want to be strong, do military workouts.
Let's be real. Most guys over 40 go to the gym to look strong, but they can't do 10 push-ups. That's not real strength. That's not real training. You know what I mean, right? Tomorrow, we are starting a 28-day military workout challenge for men who haven't exercised in years. In 3 days, you will feel more capable. In 7 days, your eyes will change. In 28 days, you'll be unrecognizable. That's how military workouts work. You just have to start. Click the link, start training, and become a real beast.
Administration of ballistics, I opened the bag and found the following exhibits, 3.1 and 3.2. What would 3.1 and 3.2 have been?
3.1, it's a 7.62 fired bullet that was marked by B1. And the 3.2, it's a 7.62 caliber bullet core. Bullet core is, in a bullet, there is a lead inside the bullet, or there is steel that is covered by copper. We call it a core.
And from the exhibit numbers of that fired bullet and the fired bullet core, can you tell whether this was a test bullet or a bullet retrieved from a crime scene?
These are bullets that were retrieved from the crime scene, either from the postmortem or from the crime scene.
In fact, the evidence in this case will be that it was from the post-mortem. So this was a bullet recovered from the body of the deceased. Then if we look at paragraph 4.12, what does Captain Makhotwe refer to there?
These are the tests that Captain Makhotwe made when he test fired the AK-47 that he received.
And the test bullets, 363 TB1 and 363 TB2, are those test bullets that you have previously examined?
Yes, these are test bullets that I also used to check as to whether it's positive with one of the cases that I've done.
And from which firearm do those test bullets come?
They come from a Russian-made AK-47.
And in which case was that AK-47 seized?
It's a Bramley case 149.
And then can you explain to the Commission what the conclusion reached by Captain Makhotwe in paragraph 6.1 is?
Captain Makhotwe is saying that the bullet mentioned in 3.1.
And which was that bullet?
The bullet mentioned in 3.1, it's a 7.62 bullet. That is it's an AK bullet, but it's the one that was recovered from the scene or from the postmortem. It's positive with the firearm that he has examined. And this, it's because he has compared that bullet with the tests that he has discharged from that firearm.
So the AK-47 seized in Bramley has been linked to the bullet extracted from the body of the victim at Vereeniging.
That's correct, Commissioners.
If we can then go back to Captain Makhotwe's previous or first report, which is MQM1, which we see from page 1 of the annexure file. And I want to take you to a series of what I'm going to put to you are errors in that report. If you can go to page 4, paragraph 4.
It's page 3, paragraph 4.
Page 3 of the report, but I'm looking at the pagination in the file. So the number in the top right-hand corner. Okay, you've got the same pagination as me. So page 4, top right-hand corner, page 3 of the report.
I see.
Paragraph 4, the captain says, on 24 May 2024, during the performance of my official duties, I received an intact sealed evidence bag with number, and he gives the number, P4B000208366, marked inter alia Bramley CAS 140/04/2024. Can we go to MQM5 on page 34?
Page 30.
34, top right-hand corner, 34.
Okay, I'm there.
At the bottom left of one sees the evidence bag number P4B 000208366 on the left-hand bottom left. What is the Bramley case number that's marked on this bag?
It's 149/4/2024.
And if you turn over the page, what are we looking at on page 35?
It's the same bag.
It's the same bag, and what's the case number marked there?
It's 149/4/2024.
So the reference to 140/04/2024 in paragraph 4 is an error.
Yeah, the reference I think is incorrect there.
What should it have been?
It's not, it was supposed to be 149/04/2024.
And this bag that we see is the bag that is in MQM5. That's the bag that is in that Bramley forensics file.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Mr. Chaskalson, how do we know that?
We can show you the forensics file if you would like. Can you take the forensics file to the commissioners and just show them that bag? Sorry, Commissioner, I'm not sure if you saw both sides of the bag because
He showed us both sides, yes.
and maybe to avoid this happening a dozen times, maybe we should go through each of those exhibits now. Would that make sense? Sorry, Captain, can you bring both files back with you to the commissioners, and let's go to can you show the commissioners in the Bramley file first, which is going to be MQM6, the copy of the 24 May report that's in the file now? Captain Mahotlo's first report, or ostensibly first report.
MQM6 is at what page of what we got from the folder? 36, I'm sorry. 36, thank you.
And the first report. And for present purposes, I think the only important page of that first report to show to the commissioners is page 3 of that report, which corresponds to page 38 of the... No, it won't be written MQM because that's your file. It's three of 8, indeed. And paragraph 4 of that report should have the case number 149, not 140. Paragraph 4. Is that... or above 4.1, to the top part of paragraph 4. Then, Captain, can you show the commissioners the review report of the very first review report in the Bramley file?
It's our page 44.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Then, Captain, still in the Bramley file, can you show the commissioners the bag, the evidence bag PA 600 4509 202? I think it's 600 4509 202. And that's MQM 9, page 51. And lastly, in the Bramley file, can you show the commissioners Captain Mokgotlo's working notes? And those will be MQM 11, page 53. Then if you can go to the Vereniging file and first show the commissioners the review report in the Vereniging file. First review report. And that would be MQM 8 at page 48. First answer, the first page of the notes, and not the notes, the first page of the log, and then the review report behind it, I think. And then, lastly, in that file, the evidence bag 5500103539, ending the evidence bag ending 3539. And that would be MQM 10 at page 52. Thanks, Captain. I think we've been through all of them.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
So, to get back to the errors, the first is the incorrect reference to the case number in paragraph 4. Then if you turn the page, so it's page 5, and one looks at paragraph 4.30, the captain refers to 17.62 times 39 caliber cartridge case. But in paragraph 6 on the same page, he said, I examined the cartridges, not cartridge cases, mentioned in 4.12 and 4.13, and found that they consist of a primer, cartridge case, bullet and propellant that were designed and manufactured to be fired by a centerfire firearm. What should paragraph 4.13 have referred to?
4.13, it was supposed to refer to a cartridge, not a cartridge case, because paragraph 6 is talking about examining the cartridges.
If we can then go to page 7 and paragraph 10.2, and there the report says the cartridge cases mentioned in 3.4 were fired in the firearm mentioned in 4.1. If we go to 3.4, which is on page 4, what is he describing?
Can you repeat, Senior Counsel?
What was the captain describing in paragraph 3.4 on page 4?
He is describing the bullet cores, as I've explained in the first, what is a core. But these cores are of 7.62, which means it's of AK-47 type.
And so when he refers to cartridge cases in 10.2, that's an error.
That's an error.
And he refers to the bullet cores again in paragraph 10.6. He says the bullet cores mentioned in 3.4 are not suitable for microscopic comparison due to damage. So on the basis of that conclusion, it would not be possible to reach the conclusion in 10.2 that the cartridge cases mentioned in 3.4 were fired in the firearm mentioned in 4.1.
Yes, that one is a correct one, Commissioners, that these cores, because they are damaged, they don't have grooves or lens that we can use to do a comparison.
So 10.2 is a mistake?
Yeah, 10.2 is a mistake.
If we go to the case notes of Captain Magotloe, which is MQM 11 on page 53, and you see can you read for the commissioners the conclusion in relation to the cartridges AA3A to AA330. It's essentially the second paragraph of those notes.
Captain Mukholwa said C/Cs, which means it's cartridge cases. It refers to cartridge cases that were marked 193045/24, AA3A, 2, that he put a dash there, AA30. So if you count from A to O, it's 15 cartridge cases are positive to the test, that is 363 TC1 and 363 TC2. And he has made it positive because he looked at the ejector and the firing pin.
If we go back to the report on page 5, and we go to paragraph 4.9, those cartridge cases marked AA3A to AA30 are the 15 cartridge cases referred to in paragraph 4.9.
That's correct, Commissioner.
So when we look at the report at 10.2, the reference to 3.4 should have been a reference to 4.9.
That's correct, Commissioner.
If I can take you further down the report to paragraph 13, still on that same page of page 7, starting at 13.2, there are a reference to a series of dates, 24 March in 13.2, 13.3, then over the page 13.4, 13.5, 13.6. Those references to March must also be an error because the captain only received this evidence bag on the 24th of May. So it should be May, not March.
That's correct, Commissioners.
Can we then go to page 6, paragraph 7.2. And there the captain says, ammunition used for test purposes was marked as 363 TC1 and 363 TC2 on the cartridge cases, and 363 TB1 and 363 TB2 on the bullets, and was fired in the pistol mentioned in 4.1. If we go back to 4.1, what firearm is he referring to in 4.1?
It's a rifle. It's a 7.62 by 39, a Russian AK-47.
And is that a pistol?
It's a rifle. It's not a pistol.
So 7.2 is also an error. It should say rifle.
I think it's an error.
Can I take you then to another problem with 7.6, 7.2?
Do you understand my English, but cannot speak like me? You know the words. You understand movies, YouTube, podcasts. But when it's time to talk, you freeze. It's not your fault. You just never use the right method. Try shadowing. It's a science-backed method used by polyglots, and now it's in the Promova app. You just repeat after native speakers, sentence by sentence, until your brain starts speaking for real. No more translating in your head. No more freezing. Just real progress in 10 minutes a day. After a week, you will see results. Trust me. So if you're ready, click the link and let's get started.
By Captain Mahotwe.
That's correct.
So in 4.1, in one of the evidence bags, there was a test-fired cartridge case marked 363 TC1. And in 4.6, in another evidence bag, there were two more test-fired cartridge cases marked 363 TC2 and 363 TC3.
That's correct, Commissioner.
So there were 3 test cartridges that Captain Mahotwe must have fired.
Yes, it looks like he has made 3 tests, because that is what I got from the seal bag.
Look at 4.12 as well over the page on 23. It says 3 7.62 caliber test-fired bullets marked 363 TB1, 363 TB2, and 363 TB3.
That's correct.
And that's consistent with what you've just said, that there would have been 3 test firings that he made.
Yes, because there's 3 tests for cartridge cases and 3 tests for bullets.
If we then go to the review report, which is MQM 7. We see that when Captain Magotwe first produced his report, the reviewer would not sign off on it. She said no at page 48.
Yes, the reviewer said no, C lab number.
C lab number, and that's the reference to the Vereniging case file. And if we go 2 pages down to MQM 8, page 50, the reviewer says, bag in paragraph 4.2 incorrect and paragraph 3. So if we go to first paragraph 3, the bag referred to there in the report that we have at page 3 is PA 5500103539. But we know that that number is actually the correct number because we've checked it, and that is MQM 7 at page 45. So he did correct that error in his original report before he signed the one that we see at MQM 1.
That's correct.
And sorry, it's not page 45 at MQM 7, it's page 51 at page 51 MQM 9 is the bag that matches that number. And likewise at page 52 MQM 10, we have the bag PA 5500103539, which is the correct bag that is mentioned in paragraph, sorry, I've got the numbers wrong. The bag in MQM 9 is the right bag for paragraph 4.2. The bag at MQM 10 is the right bag for paragraph 3. So those 2 errors were corrected in his report.
That's correct.
Can I ask, in terms of protocols, when the reviewer says no, should there not be evidence of a follow-up review to check that the errors identified have been corrected?
When the reviewer said no, see paragraph so and so, it means that you have to go and rectify the mistake on that paragraph. And when you are done, you have to take the case file back to the reviewer so that the reviewer can check as to whether what she requested that you must do, you have done it. And that's why there it looks like there's a second reviewer.
So, sorry, I think you may be referring to page 48. When, yeah, if we have page 48 up.
Yes.
At the foot of the page, the form has section E, second round of case review, case file passed second review. Yeah. And in this case, those blocks are all left blank.
Yes, it's blank.
So if you fail first review, in the ordinary course of events, are you expected to bring it back for the reviewer to confirm that you have now passed second review?
Yes, the case is now cleared.
And in this case, it seems that the report was released without the reviewer certifying that it had passed second review.
That's correct.
But in actual fact, she would have certified that she probably would have certified that it had passed second review because the mistakes that she identified were corrected.
Yes. Another thing, I really don't know. Maybe he might have corrected the mistake and sent it back to the reviewer, but the reviewer didn't complete this part.
Can I ask, in terms of review, there are, if one looks at the form on page 50, the functions that the reviewer is supposed to perform are set out Section A, Section B, Section C. So the reviewer is supposed to check, do the case details on A, B, C, D, and front page of the case file correspond?
Yes.
What are A, B, C, D?
A, B, C, D, this file has 4 sides. This one is A, and this one is B, this one is C, and this one is D.
And where does the report of Captain Makgotlwe sit in terms of A, B, C, D?
In terms of the reviewer here, I see it has ticked yes.
It's a different question. Sorry, Captain. Where would one find the ballistics reports in a case file? Would it be Section A, Section B?
It will be Section A.
Section A.
Yes.
So the case details that are mentioned in the report would be case details in Section A.
That's correct.
And the reviewer is supposed to check, do they correspond to the case details in Section B, C, and D?
That's correct, Commissioner.
She says yes in this case, but in fact, in one important respect, they do not.
Yes. Actually, it was not supposed to be yes there.
It should have been a no there.
Yes.
Then on the third line, do the dates on A and C correspond? What is C?
C is the chain.
Is the chain of custody?
Yes. That you have received this at this bag, you have sent it to IBs, and then you have closed it on this seal bag. But that part, it's also having a part for the review at the back.
Right.
Yes.
But there is a problem with the dates in A. The dates in A do not correspond in all respects with C because there are all of those references to March, which were before the chain of custody even started.
Yeah, that's correct.
So this should also have been ticked no.
Yes.
Then if we go to Section C of this report, of this sheet, do the findings on the worksheet correspond with those on the case file report?
No.
They don't, because as you've pointed out, the worksheet linked the 15 AK-47 cartridges to the AK-47, but because of that error in 10.2,
that's correct.
it wasn't there. So that should also have been marked no. So the reviewer, in fact, marked 3 yeses where she should have marked no.
Yeah, that's correct.
If we then go to the second report, which starts at page 10 of your case file, Sorry, your annexure file.
Page,
Page 10 of your annexure file. MQM2.
oh yes.
So that is the second report. If we go to page 4, we see that that first error of the date, of the case number, Bramley case 140/04.
I think Sinakana is page 12.
Page 12, I apologize, yes. That second error has not been corrected in the second report.
That's correct.
If we go to page 13, paragraph 4.13, we see that the error in relation to the description of a cartridge as a cartridge case was not corrected in the report. But we've seen from the supplementary report that we addressed with Brigadier Mkachwa yesterday that there was a supplementary that identified this error, said it was an error and corrected it.
That's correct, but I have not seen the supplementary, but...
You haven't seen the supplementary?
No. I've never seen it, but I think it's in this case file.
It's in?
I think it's in one of these case files.
It would be in the Bramley case file.
Okay.
But in any event, we saw it from Brigadier Mkachwa yesterday in the non-conformance report.
Brigadier Mkabele, yes.
Sorry, Brigadier Mkavela, sorry. So that was corrected. If we go to 10.2 on page 15, the reference to 4.9 was put in. So the original mistaken reference to 3.4 or erroneous reference to 3.4 was replaced with the correct reference to 4.9. So that was corrected.
Yeah, corrected.
If we look at the dates in paragraph 13.2 onwards, we see there still are these references to March, so that hasn't been corrected.
Not corrected, yes.
And if we go back to page 14 and 7.2, we see that instead of referring to a rifle in 7.2, it still refers to a pistol, and the test ammunition still only refers to 2 test cartridges and 2 test bullets, not 3.
That's correct.
If we go to page 16 and we look at the date of the second report, we see a new problem, which is the second report is dated 22 May 2024. But it had to have been, the affidavit had to have been signed at a later date than 24 May 2024. Because, well, for one thing, the review of the very first version of the document only took place on the 6th of June, we saw from that review report.
Yeah, correct. The date was supposed to be different.
Can I ask you, is it common practice, if one looks at the change that was made in 10.2, to make a change as it were, to put in a replacement page, as opposed to just filing a supplementary that identifies the error and corrects it?
Commissioners, I think the procedure is that you have to make a supplementary report. And in a supplementary report, you are going to point the mistakes that you are correcting from the original report.
So it's not consistent with procedure just to correct the report in the document and put in a replacement page?
No, it's not.
And apart from anything else, doing that, it gives it incorrectly backdates your replacement to 24 May 2024 because it doesn't flag the fact that your replacement page is put in at a date after 24 May 2024.
Yes.
Mr. Chaskalson, it does not appear to me that this is a replacement page. It seems to me that it was signed much later, so they did not swap page 9 for page 17. If you look at the last signature and where it is, it doesn't seem like it's the same page to me.
Commissioner, the last signature.
So if you compare page 9 with page 17,
It's a different. It's the same. It's the same commissioner, but a different.
if you look at where the signature appears, it's not the
Yes.
same page. So one cannot say you've simply inserted the old page. What they did is when they did the second report, they backdated it.
They
That's what
backdated
it
the
looks
second.
like.
I understand your point, and I fully accept it, Commissioner. Captain, just to put the Commissioner's observation to you, if one compares page 9 with page 17, page 9, which is the signature, the Commissioner's signature on the first report,
Okay, page 9, yes.
with page 16, one sees that firstly, the signatures are slightly different. So in the signature at page 9, it says Masha, and I can't read the second word, the third one seems to be Samuel.
Kwena, I think it's Masha.
Kwena Samuel.
Yes.
Masha Kwena Samuel. If we look at the signature on page 17, it's Masha KWS.
That's correct, I see.
So these are two different affidavits, and the one in the second report appears to have been backdated to 24 May 2024.
Yes, I think this is a good observation. We didn't see it.
Mr. Chaskalson, perhaps it's also fair to put to you, Captain, that having noted that the signatures are different, it's also possible, until Captain Makhotlwe explains, that he just reprinted that last page and went to a commissioner. So instead of backdating, he may well have reprinted from his old report and then went and got the commissioner to commission.
Yeah, no,
There's that possibility.
That's a possibility, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Chair, I see we've reached 1 o'clock. It may be a convenient time to break now.
Seeing that we started late, how much longer do you think the witness is going to be? If not too long, we could sit until the witness is done.
I don't think we're going to be more than another hour, but we won't be. It's not 5 or 10 minutes. It's.
Let us adjourn and resume at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Chair.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone. But getting in the zone and staying there, that feels more like luck than something you can control. So that's why we made Brain FM. It's like a do not disturb setting for your mind, and it gets you focused in just 5 minutes. Using science and sound, Brain FM guides your brainwaves into an optimal state for productivity called neural phase locking, which lets different parts of your brain work together more easily. Compared to average music, Brain FM actually increases and sustains your focus over time, letting you stay in the zone for as long as you want. You can also use Brain FM for relaxation, meditation, and even sleep. But don't take our word for it. Join millions of others and try it yourself for free and see what you get done with Brain FM.